Good morning. I got off the phone last night with a client who has just grown so much. I'm so proud of this human being with how much she has worked at growing. She's done incredible things. She's gone from a place where she had a crazy amount of fear, was scared to do anything with sales or networking or whatever else. She was an introvert. And over the course of time, she's starting to have incredible results in her business because she has grown so much. Now, the reason I'm talking about this morning and thinking about it is there were so many times along the journey where she questioned herself and she said, like, Mark, why am I even doing this? Why are we on this journey? Why am I even growing? Now, here's the thing. I saw growth constantly in her because I've been through this process many times with many different people. And I compare it a little bit to one of my kids, where my kids are growing constantly. They grow like weeds. If you've got kids, you know this, right? And that's where the cliche comes from, going like weeds. But my kids are growing constantly. They live in their own body every day. So living in their own body, they don't notice how little increments they're growing on a daily basis because they're living in their own body. Having said that, from the outside perspective, I can look at them and go, wait a second, you're reaching something you didn't reach a month ago. You're growing. I can see the change from an outside perspective. And in the same thing with this client, I was saying, hey, you're growing so much. Look at it. You're growing in this way. You're growing in this way. You're growing in this way. And sometimes that was a struggle for her. And so much of the time, our culture looks at the end result and goes, that's whether you're successful or not, whether you reach the end result. And I disagree completely. To me, success is in the growth. It's in the process, because if you do the things you need to do and you're growing, you will have success eventually. You don't know exactly when it's going to happen. Things can happen in the market and in industries and other things, but if you're doing the right things in the right way, you will grow and you will have success. It's just a matter of time. You just have to wait it out, okay? And waiting it out is probably the wrong term there because you're taking action. But I hope you understand what I mean. Success is along the journey. And if you do not see success along the journey, if you do not recognize success along the journey, you're going to get frustrated because you don't have the exact end result yet, and you're going to be tempted to give up. And something that is a hallmark of success is perseverance. One thing that helps with perseverance, what helps with motivation and doing the same thing over and over again to really get the results you need in the end, is understanding that you have been growing. So here's the only action step I want you to take this morning. What I want you to do is recognize where you were when you started this journey. That might be 6 months ago, that might be a year ago, 5 years, 10 years ago, 40 years ago, it doesn't matter. Recognize where you were at the start of your journey, and then ask yourself, in which ways have I grown? In which ways have I seen growth? And be honest with yourself. Often we're pretty hard on ourselves in this way. Be honest with yourself. Have you grown in your ability to communicate? Have you grown in your ability to sell things? Have you grown in your ability to influence people and to ask good questions and connect with people? Have you grown in your ability to market? Have you grown in your ability to bring better service to people? Ask yourselves these questions. And as you ask these questions, recognize that. Be grateful that you are on a journey and that you are growing, even if you haven't finished the end yet. Even if you haven't finished the race yet, that's okay. That's what everyone else will recognize. But what you can recognize right now is the growth that you've done in the moment. When somebody comes back and when you've had the success that you're looking for, and they say, oh, you were lucky. Look at the circumstances. Look what happened. You were lucky. You can simply smile and realize there was not a lot of luck in there. Yeah, luck affects things short term, but when you are taking the right actions in the right way, you will have results. And that's not based on luck. That's based on decisions you've made. That's the persistence that you've put in. It's the way you've motivated yourself to get the results you want. You've got this.